You ready? Hey, Doc, I've been ready.
Thank you for letting me be myself again.
Get high. Please excuse me while I kiss the sky.
Thank you for letting me be myself again.
Get high. Please excuse me while I kiss the sky. Things just ain't the same for gangsters. Times are changing. Young niggas is dangerous, rich and shameless. Do anything to be famous. If you're talking about this clipping, then you speaking my language. That's how you feel waking up with the world up under you. I'm rolling blunts, fucked up, it's so comfortable. I'm revving at my revenue. I'm unavailable somewhere in Malibu. Somehow I made it off the avenue. Once upon a time, the dog went through it all with draws and breaking laws. The streets under my paws. In the field, ducking sales, close calls. We big whales got fish scales that snowfall. Shit, I like to thank me. And if we talking about the West, nigga, thank me. Walk of Fame made a name, better thank me. Ain't nothing new, this is what I'm born to do. I just wanna say
thank you for letting me be myself again.
Get high. Please excuse me while I kiss the sky.
Thank you for letting me be myself again.
Get high. Please excuse me while I kiss the sky. Now you gon' fuck around and find out. I think you niggas need to take a time out. Might have to leave a dose of me on the upholstery. High level potency, better than dopamine. Yeah, you fucking with a winner. Shit, it's been a minute since we went up. Now with 6 billion ways to get it, choose one. Snoop Dogg, look how I did it, hell of a run. Income, tick, bow, remain calm. Dropping napalm, I'm in here with both guys. How I made mine, click, boom, it's showtime. Nigga, these days I'm throwing money like gang signs. Look, now I ain't felt this gangster in a minute. All on your television, cleaning up my image. When shit get heavy, you know a nigga push the limits. Locking up on every corner, I'm just here at Mona.
Thank you for letting me be myself again.
Get high. Please excuse me while I kiss the sky.
Thank you for letting me be myself again.
Get high. Please excuse me while I kiss the sky.
Let's do a mic check. Who here with us right now? Let me know. Yesterday it got real foggy up in here. Like I don't know what happened. I'll be honest with you. After like my 10th, I don't know. After my 10th attempt to try to come back, I had to give up on it, fam. It kept saying, it kept repeating. So let's do a sound check. I want to make sure that I'm here now. Those that were here yesterday, I appreciate you sticking around and trying to stick it out with me. I don't know what happened. I'm not quite sure it was. All right, Alethea said, go get your nephew. And I think she's screaming at me. All right. No. He good. He got enough stuff in the crib to keep him occupied. I understand that y'all snowed in. He got enough to keep him occupied. Shit, he got about 6 cars. I'm talking about the actual cars that you ride in. I know he probably riding around the house tearing shit up. But he got motorcycles. What is he like 2? He got motorcycles. He don't have them type of motorcycles that we had when we were children. You know what I'm saying? We had to like have a big wheel. We had a big wheel and we had to use our imagination. Like this about to be my Corvette. This about to be my my motorcycle. I'm about to play Starsky and Hutch in my big wheel. That's how we used to play. Kids today actually have Corvettes. Actually have motorcycles. They don't. Girl, you better get his imagination going. You better get him a box. Go to UPS and buy his little ass a box, a real box, a 3x2 box, and open one side. Let the flaps hang out and sit his little ass inside the box and let him use his imagination of everything. This is an airplane. This is my Corvette. This is my motorcycle. That's how we had to do it as children. You couldn't sit a box out in the hood. We'd go snatch it. If it was going to the dumpster, we would go get it because that was we would play house, we would play cars, we would play store. Who remember that? Who remember those days? I'm showing my age a little bit. But as a child, we had to use our imaginations, bro. It wasn't, no, we didn't have all that. We didn't have all of what these kids have today. I'm sorry. I'm still a little under the weather. It's my sinuses. I'm not sick. I'm just having some sinus issues, so bear with me. And yeah, y'all better start letting these kids use their imagination. Donald Broach, what's good with you, brother? I seen a comment he made earlier. He said, I can't watch the show. I'm stuck in the house. He said, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you too. Oh, he said, I can. I'm snowed in today. Well, let's get to it, brother. I might go in on you a little bit. You one of them kids I grew up with. But I know you know what I'm talking about. Donald Bros know what I'm talking about. We grew up with nothing. And we had to use things. We had to use our imagination as children. Now, y'all know this is not what I was talking about today. Tracy Dillingham, what's good, sis? Happy birthday. Nah, what I'm talking about. Happy birthday, not to Tracy Dillingham. I'm talking about to Carol. Happy birthday to Carol in Texas. Happy birthday. Sorry, I was reading comments at the same time. Can everybody hear me okay? Yesterday, we got stuck. Tanika, if you want to call back today, please feel free to do so. I think Tanika might have been the cause of our problem yesterday because when she called, the systems crashed. Somebody said something about, pound cake and this and this and that. And I don't know what happened. The systems crashed. She called. The phone line was cool, but my system kept repeating and repeating, and it's saying, your business, your business, your business, your business. I know y'all heard that yesterday. Like for me, as an entrepreneur and as a podcaster, and as much stuff as I talk, that could not have been a better frozen moment. You know what I'm saying? Mike sound nice. Happy New Year to you too, Tracy. You know what I'm saying? Like that could not have been a better problem to have yesterday as a podcaster. By the way, I talk about business. I talk about numbers, and it was stuck yesterday. If you want, go back and listen to yesterday's show. It was about an hour, and it paused when we start talking about getting to the money. For some odd reason, we get a lot of interruptions. It's either a system problem or we get some people that kind of want to try to veer us off and get off the subject of being self-sufficient and getting to the money. A lot of people don't like that type of conversation. They don't want to, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just something in the air, something in the water. And in the Cincinnati people case, I don't know if it's something in the snow. I don't know what's going on. But when we start talking like that, things get foggy and cloudy. I don't know. It's funny. Like, I don't know. I noticed it last year. I was watching some shows and I was, I was just reminiscing on some things. Yesterday, I made some comments about how I took two weeks off. Happy New Year to you, Sabrina Calloway. And she said to the Wyatt Live family. I took a couple weeks off. And the reason why is because I had to do a detox. Now, I'm not going to repeat everything on yesterday's show. There was a lot of people that wasn't here because I didn't make the announcement that I was coming back for the new year, starting on Monday. I didn't do that. I just figured everybody assumed that they'll catch me when they catch me. Are we froze? Let me just see something. Hold on one second. Give me 1 second. All right, let me just make sure we're not froze. Because yesterday, I'm having a little trouble. Alethea said, no, you're good. All right, I just wanted to make sure we're not froze. My apologies. I don't want the comments. So yeah, it seemed like last couple of weeks, I just took a little time off. I needed some time to get away from thank you, Tanika. She said, no, we're not frozen. Okay, thank you. I needed some time away from social media. I didn't watch anything. Tracy said, don't touch nothing. All right, I won't touch anything. I'll just leave it as it is right now. And hopefully we'll get through this day. I'm thinking about maybe doing some things. Let me just say this real fast before I get into what's on my mind. I'm thinking about cutting down to maybe 3 days a week, maybe a Wednesday, I'm sorry, Monday, Wednesday, and a Friday show. And the reason being is because I don't want to burn out on my folks. I don't want to burn out because a burnout to me, I'll end up crashing out. I get a little frustrated at times, and it shows in my work here on the platform. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to get to a point where I don't want to be here. Because trust me, I'm a very independent individual. And when I don't want to do something, I don't do it. You understand? I just will, I won't do it. And when I get to a point where I don't want to do something and it becomes a bothersome and I'm not getting compensated, financially, I it's not a loss. Now I miss all my folks. I miss my family. I miss the Wyatt Live family. We built something here, but I don't want to get to a point. It's like a relationship. Who wants to be in a relationship and don't really want to be there? Like who's in a relationship and every time you're around your partner, around somebody, want to be there. That's an awful feeling. And I know a lot of people here have been through that. You may be going through it now, but I don't want this relationship between myself and Wyatt Live and our family to die down. And I didn't create this platform um, for some of the reasons that I got to. I mean that we ended up in. And I just want to kind of chill away from that. 2025, like I told everyone yesterday, is going to be different for me. I've planted a lot of seeds. Um, Alethea says now you're starting to freeze. Let's see here, because on my screen here, I'm not even there. Let's see something. Give me 1 second. Can you guys let me give it a couple seconds. Okay, I think I'm here. I'm just gonna do this for the camera. I just want to do that just to see how far. Okay. I don't know if it's me. I don't know if it's my system. I don't know what's going on, but we're having okay. It looks like we're back up. I'm just probably about 5 seconds to 10 seconds somewhere in that area. Jared says you're good on YouTube. Thank you, Jared. I appreciate it. I'm 5 to 10 seconds somewhere in that range of behind in my on my monitor. Twin said now I'm turning soft. Because I'm cutting. I haven't said I haven't committed to that yet. But I would like to see someone come on, talk for 3 hours, no commercial breaks. The only breaks I get are the long conversations I receive from some of the callers. You got to understand, I don't get a commercial break. Um, I don't get any of that. You understand? I don't do commercials. I don't do any of that. So I'm actually talking for 3 hours. You can probably give 30 minutes of that 3 hours to calls that come in. Sometimes one caller will take up that whole 30 minutes. And I think that's one of the things that I love doing about the show is I let people speak their mind. I may not agree with everything. I may not even agree with a word of what you said, but I allow you to say what you need to say. As long as it's somewhat respectful, you don't have to. And I've heard a lot of disrespectful stuff, and I never really say, "Hey, hey, hey, hey." I'm not the respect police. That's not what I am. Because what I've learned in life is everyone, has their own opinion, and just because I feel a certain way about a certain thing doesn't mean that you do. And then when you express your feelings about something and you say it in a kind of way that I don't like, that don't mean you're the only one that feel that way. Some other people may agree with you. And just because I disagree with you, don't mean that other people can't relate the way you said it. You understand? So, okay, Fame. Fame said, I'm not calling this show ever in 2025. I'm going to display, sorry, if he said, I'm going to display the courage and discipline I ask for. Okay, that's fine. That's cool too. That's cool too. I plan on doing a whole lot of adjustments in 2025. I am definitely going to discipline myself away from things and people who really don't, you know, I've done a really good job of staying away from people that really don't do and that really have no interest in doing me any good. Um, and they perp like they really do. They, act like they really do. Anyway, let me go to the phone lines because Tanika called yesterday. I know my area code of 689. That's Orlando. So let me take this call from Tanika because she called yesterday and I want to see what's going on. Hey Tanika, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear
Uh
you.
oh, uh oh,
Can you
uh
hear me
oh.
okay?
Yeah, it's up
Hold on.
loud. I got you. What's up, Tanika? I apologize for yesterday, Queen. You
No,
already
it's
know.
no problem.
You already know. We had system problems. The phone
Yeah.
line was working fine, but I wanted everyone to hear what you had to say. So I didn't want to put you on, and we were all jammed up and stuck and everything. So how you doing today, sis? Happy New Year to you.
Thank you. I'm doing well. Doing very good. Looking forward to, great things this year. Hope the same for you.
Yes, absolutely. I put up the muscle sign for you when you say things like that. I
Oh,
love it. I love when people say they're
yes.
looking for big things to come their way.
Absolutely. So, yesterday you kind of posed a question as to, what goals that we have, what business goals that we have, and I put in the comments that, one of my goals is to expand my dessert business,
All right.
and my main focus is on pound cake. So,
Okay.
yeah. And I asked you, what kind of pound cake do you like? Because I like to do that for, especially for people who have a platform,
Yeah.
and so I wanted
Yeah.
to see what kind you like, so I can ship you one. I would have loved to have, because I was in Cincinnati last weekend or the weekend before last, and I like to. My preference is to deliver them, the same day. But
I understand.
I don't think you were in town, so
No, no, I wasn't. But that's good. I can probably, I'm not that far away from you, to be honest with you.
yeah,
You can either you can ship it to me,
yeah.
or I will get to. I tell you what, let's work that out off the air, okay? And
Okay,
then we'll
sounds
we'll,
good.
we'll make that happen. I've heard through the grapevine that you make a pretty good cake. I've heard through the grapevine that you make a pretty good cake. I'm looking forward to tasting your pound cake. I do like pound cake. I've only had a couple different types of pound cake. I really didn't know there was other pound cakes other than this too. There's a commercial one called that Sara Lee pound cake that comes in that little tin can with the thing at the.
Hmm.
I grew up on that. That was what Granny used to get from Kroger, right? And
Yep.
then there is my sister-in-law's pound cake that I absolutely love and adore.
Okay.
So I would definitely love to try your pound cake.
Okay.
Now let me ask you, how many different versions of pound cake do you have, Tanika?
Currently, I have about 17 versions. Just added one yesterday.
17 versions. Okay, how long
Yeah.
have you been making pound cake? Not making pound cake. How long has pound cake been a business for you?
I would say since last year, but I've been baking since I was a kid. I
Okay,
started out with my little box cakes and all of that good thing. I always made all the desserts for for the holidays and different events.
I
But
got you.
now, yeah, yeah.
So do you have a specific pound cake that you sell that's like your number one? Like what's your top 5 pound cakes? Give me the top 5.
Okay, I would say my lemon, which is my own personal favorite. Me and my husband, we both love lemon anything,
That
but lemon
sounds like
pound cake
that
is my
sounds
number one.
yeah, that sounds
Um,
that sounds good.
yeah. Number two is my pineapple upside down pound cake.
I never knew. I never knew. Now I
Mm-hmm.
love pineapple upside down cake. I've only had my grandmother's, but I didn't know that was pound cake. I didn't know. Is that a made up thing or is that a traditional? Is that a pound cake or did you make it a pound cake? You know what I'm saying? Because I know what pineapple
Mm-hmm.
upside down cake is, but
Mm-hmm.
is that a
No, it's
pound
a
cake?
pound cake, and
Okay,
pretty much you can make anything in pound cake, any flavor, pretty much. So I would consider like the pineapple upside down. That's a specialty. Then you got your basic like the lemon or the chocolate,
okay,
strawberry.
okay.
Those like basic key lime, those basic ones, and then you can do a Snickers, Oreo. I do those. Just about anything you name, I can pretty much
Okay,
do it.
give me your top 5. You're not what you like and what you taste.
Oh,
Give
of
me your
course.
top 5 sellers. Your
Um,
top 5 sellers.
I would say my vanilla, lemon, um, brown bourbon, not bourbon, excuse me, brown butter. I can't get it out. Brown butter rum. Um, let's say lemon, vanilla, brown butter rum. Pineapple upside down, and I would say those are my top four. I'll say it like that.
Okay. So you have 17 and
Yep.
you have 4 that you can
hmm
mention off the top of your. What about
hmm
the other 13? Are they working out?
Yeah, they are, but it seems like most people, because you where can you really go and get a good solid pound cake? I'm not talking about the ones you get from Walmart, and not knocking those, and those are pretty good. But I'm talking about with really good
Talking about
solid
homemade,
ingredients.
homemade.
Where can you go get a real good? You really can't go anywhere and get that. So what I found that people like those, like the basics. But I like to, I always like to offer options. You know what I'm saying? Because
No,
people
I
sometimes
understand.
people like to get a little fancy.
I
Down
understand.
with the fancy.
And
So.
what's the price range, if I may ask?
I would say anywhere between like 30, 35.
30, 35. Is that for any flavor?
Pretty much usually 30 for like the basic and then about 35, which I found out I'm kind of like shortchanging myself because I know people sell the same type of pound cakes for, $45, $60. Yeah, yeah. So, but I'm just trying to, get a feel for where people are and kind of, I'm trying to get the people what they want. And then
How long?
eventually, as it grows, it may increase. But so I'm just trying to look at,
How long have you been selling your pound cakes, if I may ask?
I would say for the past about 3 months.
3 months. Okay. So it's
hmm
fairly new. It's a startup. You're just
Yeah,
getting started.
it's a startup.
Okay. How much does it cost you to ship one?
About $20.
That's expensive. That's one thing about
Yep.
the food industry. It's very
hmm
expensive. If it's a food that can't move around much, or if it has to be specialized shipped, that can add a lot to the overall cost because I'm paying 35 for the pound cake plus
hmm
$20 shipping. Is that what it is?
hmm
Okay. So I'm
Yeah.
$50 into the pound cake.
Yep. And the
Okay.
crazy thing about it is the UPS. That's their price, and this is just for the flat break box. That's the cheapest way you're gonna go because when they start weighing things, oh, the shipper price will even go up even more.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, yeah.
No, I understand that. Okay. Well, maybe we can talk. Maybe what needs to happen because I'm a big. I understand the food industry is a very tough industry to break into. However, with
hmm
this new technology that we have of the internet and being able to serve things
hmm
from your website, it's almost a I don't understand people who have a skill of baking and making a great cake or pie. I don't understand why y'all don't go at it. Go get it
Okay.
because at this point, your competitors. I mean, have you ever thought about putting your pound cake on Walmart.com? Had you tried doing that yet?
Not yet.
Okay,
Not
look
yet.
into that. Look into that because what they can do is they can cut your shipping by 50% right off the back.
Wow.
Okay. And then once you get intertwined with people like that, then you'll have other vendors, big vendors starting. Once you get a VIN number, you'll start getting larger vendors that will want to start doing business with you because they don't want to compete against you on Walmart. Okay. The
hmm
only thing with Walmart is you have to be prepared for that because they're not
hmm
going to let you make your normal profit margin. They want to be
Right.
the cheapest in the business. Okay. I tell
hmm
anybody that's looking for any product, go to walmart.com. You're not walking down aisle 7 in Walmart when you're buying from walmart.com. You're usually buying from individuals and private
hmm
owners and private companies. They take less profit because Walmart, they kind of police that. However, your volume will go up. If
hmm
I don't know if you're ready for Walmart at this time because you may get in there and the pound cake may be so successful, you're selling 200-pound cakes a day. And I don't know
hmm
if you can facilitate that.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to quit my day job
Yeah, absolutely.
for sure,
Absolutely.
for sure.
One of the
Yeah.
things I said yesterday, we were talking about this yesterday, is it's cool to be an entrepreneur and it's cool to have your own business, but it's hard to do it part-time. To be
Yes.
successful. Okay. It's
hmm
it's very tough to do it. So one of the things I would recommend to you is not look at Walmart now, but put that
hmm
on your goal, your
Yes.
2025 list by the end of the year. Say to
hmm
yourself, I can push out 25 cakes a day. You
hmm
understand what I'm saying? I can make how
hmm
many cakes can you make a day? I mean, at this point.
I would say at this point, realistically, I would say about 10
Okay. Yeah.
with
Well,
my schedule. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you kind of want to stay at the scale. Build your book of business off of your own website and through
Mm-hmm.
things of what we're doing right now. Do it,
Mm-hmm.
do it, do it the way you're doing it. Crawl before you walk. The worst thing
Mm-hmm.
entrepreneurs can do is go big before they're ready to go big, because sometimes we only get one shot. You know
Yep.
what I'm
And
saying?
that's what I'm doing. I'm pacing myself. So I'm trying to get a feel for who likes pound cake. So you want to give people, you want to be able to offer them something. You don't want something that people don't want. That's why I'm trying to get my feel, get my feet wet. Because I know I can bake very well. And I've been told you have a gift. And I'm like, well, you would think like if somebody follows a recipe, they can do the same thing, but everybody just don't have that skill. And that's okay.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? That's why, and I can't do it. That's why I get somebody to do,
Right,
you see what I'm saying? So everybody has a skill, everybody has a place. So I want to be what people want. I don't want to just do it because it's fun. You know what I'm saying? Even though man, it's one of my passions. I love to bake. It's something therapeutic about it. But I want to be what people want. If that makes sense. I want to be
Sure,
able to provide what somebody wants. So,
sure, sure.
um,
Do
yeah,
you go to any of the little, like, to the little festivals and things like that in Orlando? Do you tend to go to those little things, the booth rentals and stuff?
yeah, yeah. Actually, I know they have downtown Orlando, Eola on Eola Lake.
Yep.
They usually I already looked into it, so I've been trying to look into it. They have a farmers market, and
Hmm.
so I'm trying to wait for them to open up their registration again so I can get a table. Because not only am I going to do that, my daughter has her books, and when you start talking about Walmart, I was thinking about getting her book into Walmart because it's already on Amazon.
Hmm.
So I kind of got that type of mentality already. So I was trying to think about, okay, when they open it up, let me get a table. That way I can broaden my customer base to
Right.
Orlando because most of my customers are in Cincinnati. It
Well,
sounds crazy, but yeah.
no, that makes sense. You feel comfortable in
Hmm.
Cincinnati, so
Yeah.
so you can walk down Cincinnati avenues of you don't mind knocking on Cincinnati doors and touching people like
Hmm.
myself and stuff like that. So
Right.
it's a comfort level. That's why you're
Yeah.
more successful there. So you got to get comfortable in Orlando. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because that's going to be your cheaper, that your price points and your profit margins will be
Yes.
higher there. You
Hmm.
see what I'm saying? So I
Absolutely.
would
Yep.
definitely try to reach, get comfortable in the city that you live in, and try to get some of those markets done. And the hardest things to do, which a lot of people, the easiest thing for people to do is tell you what you should do and this and that, but it's what
Yeah.
your comfort level calls for. And I'm gonna be honest with you and tell you that that is definitely going to be one of the hardest markets to get into when you're getting into grocery stores and things of that
Hmm.
nature. It's very difficult to get in those spots, because your big companies tend to push smaller competitors away. You know what I mean? They
Hmm.
make it difficult for you to get in, and that's structured. That's by design. So all I can tell you is this: with the internet and the way that we have of being able to do mass marketing from our own couch in our own home, there's no reason why you can't be successful if you have a great product.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And you're
Hmm.
such a nice woman, Tanika, that I don't understand.
Oh,
Most
thank you.
people, most people will give you a shot just by being nice. You being a nice individual, they're going to give you a shot. Okay, you don't have an arrogant bone in your body. I have never heard any arrogance from you. So I think that you can do wonders in that area. And if your pound cake is anything like what I've been hearing, then I think you'll do well. You just got to get in a comfort zone and go after what you really want. But don't, I
Absolutely.
might have said some things early that were a little too early, but just put that on your vision board of doing later on. You
Absolutely.
know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, because I know how to, I'm listening to you now, and I appreciate the advice. This is great advice. But I know how to like forecast, and I know where I am, but I know where I want to go too. So all of it is all helpful. All the advice you're giving me, I'm writing it down because it's important and
Cool,
it's
cool.
helpful.
Good,
And
good.
if I want to go somewhere, you got to think big, dream big.
Sure, sure. That's
So
part of.
I really appreciate the advice because one day you may see Diane's cakes in Walmart,
what
and you go, oh,
what is it called?
Wyatt gave me Diane's cakes, and it's after my mom. My
Okay.
mom taught me everything I know, even cooking, because I cook pretty well too. I've been taught I cook pretty well too, but
Hmm.
desserts are my passion. I love to cook, but desserts are like, man, I just love
Desserts is
creating,
where it's at. Yeah,
putting some
I think.
flour and some butter and some sugar together and creating this beautiful thing. I love that, and I love when people oh, I love this. It's so good. That gives me joy when
Yeah.
somebody loves my dessert. So
Well, I can tell you this: just from your passion, that passion could be could really take you a lot of could take you far. And the reason being is
yeah,
because what I've learned in life is if you love what you do, you're not working. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? So if you love baking and love doing the things that you're doing, and it's profitable, you'll never work another day in your life.
Yeah.
So stick at it, sis. I did see on your page, I believe it may have been, I don't know if it was Facebook or so, I don't know what social media it was, but I did see that you had a certain box and you were shipping these pies and cake or whatever. And I said, yeah,
Mhm.
I like to see that type of stuff. I love to see
Oh
people who
yeah.
putting that work in. And you say you've been
Hmm.
doing it for about 3 months now, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Why don't you put the information when you get a second? Put the information of how people can contact you into the screen here.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have an infomercial or any type of commercial or anything that you've done?
Not yet. I'm working on that. I just bought me like a little backdrop so that 'cause I haven't like I started like a Facebook. I don't have a website yet. That's something I want to include as far as my product as well.
Hmm.
I bought like a little backdrop just for like little things like cakes. So I
Okay.
want to start like taking pictures of every cake and posting that. So it looks really good and professional. So I'm all about the whole package. So
Sure.
when you get a box from me, it's not just gonna be a box. It's gonna be a little something extra. It's gonna be a little this and that in there, a little
Gonna be a
thank you
piece of
card,
you.
little things like that. All of that matters to me because I really care about people as well.
Sure.
So I want to put because my logo is Diane's Cakes, love in every bite. So
Cool.
all you're gonna feel the love in everything. Yeah,
And that's awesome. I mean, look,
yeah,
listen. When you put a little piece of yourself in that box, people feel it.
hmm,
All right, they
yeah,
really feel it,
absolutely.
and that's, to be honest with you, that's what we're missing in today's world. I mean, if you
Mm,
look at how service is being served across the country now, as far as restaurants and even, I mean, especially fast food joints. I mean, it's hard to get something personalized and personal, and you feel good about spending your money. I hear a lot of
yeah,
people complaining about service these days and
yeah,
lower portions of food and things of that nature. A lot of people aren't satisfied when they're spending their money. So if you
yeah,
can put, if you can add that stability to people, that good, like I spent my money and I feel good about spending my money, I'm gonna order
hmm,
another one. And the key, and I'll let you go on this. The key is making sure that you have repeat customers.
yeah,
Repeat business is the most important business to any small business that you can. I mean, it's the repeat. It's not the new customer. It's the
yeah,
repeat customer because they're going to give you more referrals, and they're probably going to be your steady money.
yeah. Yeah, and that's why like I don't mind either. Like I feel like if I feel in my spirit, and I'm a spiritual person,
Mhm.
to bless somebody with a cake, I will. And so happened I decided I was gonna bless Iris Rowley with a cake.
Mhm.
And don't you know somebody one of her really good friends passed away, and she said that cake, just eating that cake and just having that cake just really like helped her. I'm like, wow, a cake. So we just don't know the power in what we in our product or you never know the power of what you have and what it can do to bless somebody else. And that alone that's already an instant referral. He
Yeah.
said it's the best cake I ever had in my life. I'm
Yeah.
like, wow.
Yeah.
You know
Y-
what I'm saying?
You
So
know, you know what? Let me just say this, man, because you just touched on something. I don't know how many people go through this, but I'm one of those that tend to reminisce. I remember things that I was doing when certain things happened to me.
hmm,
Like for instance, I was going through some hard times in life, and I can remember, certain songs that I listen to this day remind me of those times that I went through. And it's the same thing with. I know this is gonna sound kind of corny but you actually said it, that cake. Um,
hmm,
somebody may be going through a hard time, like you said, someone was passed away, and they taste your cake, and your cake could be something that gives them joy in that moment. And then every time they taste
hmm,
your cake or eat their cake, they want to order one of your cakes. It could bring them joy. I don't know. I'm one of them type of people that when I
yeah,
get in my mode, I turn on my radio and put my headsets on, you know what I'm saying? And I look for certain
hmm,
songs to bring me back to who I am
yeah,
because songs do that. They're inspirational. And some people use food for that same thing. Some people use movies for that same thing. I'm just one of those that use the radio for mine. I use music for that. But
yeah.
if you have a cake that's that strong and that awesome, you need to put that thing out there. Trust me.
Absolutely,
All right.
absolutely. I
All right, Tanika.
appreciate you. Thank
Thank
you.
you. I appreciate you, sis. And I look forward to we'll talk after the show or
Okay,
maybe, sometime soon. And I look forward to maybe tasting the cake. I don't want you to send me one. I'm going to order one. I want to order
okay.
one from you, okay?
I got you. I appreciate
All
it.
right, no problem. Talk to you soon.
All right, talk to you
All right,
soon. Bye
bye-bye.
bye.
Yeah, I don't like that. Give me one. Get if it's free for me. If it's free, it's for me. I'm not that individual. When I see somebody that's starting a business and they're really passionate about it or they're looking for support, You know, I got plenty of stories from being in business for myself that some people think that you're supposed to give them something, and that's their way of supporting you. I don't do that. Y'all know I didn't told this story a million times, so 1,000,001 is not going to hurt you. But when I was doing some business in the city of Cincinnati, I was throwing shows and I was selling tickets for $30, which is not a lot of money for 7 or 8, maybe sometime we had 13 fights on a card. All right. And you would spend $30 to $50 to come into the venue. I hate to say this, but I had people that were close to me that expected me to do for them the things that you would think that they would want to do for you. Like they should want to sell tickets for you. They should want to see what you're trying to do prosper, grow. But instead, they want it to be, you know, they wanted the advantages. They wanted the things that come with putting the work in, and they want it for free. Like I had a guy call me one time and say, "Hey Wyatt, I know you got a show. I'm just gonna make up a date. I don't want to give an exact date. December the 6th." And I was, hey, send me 2 tickets, man. Me and my wife gonna come out and we gonna support you. That's not supporting me. You walking in the building is not supporting me. Supporting me is spending your money, and I'm going to deliver to you a good product. I'm going to give you a good product for your money. That is support. Matter of fact, you should buy, if I'm your buddy, I'm going to pay, I'm going to buy the most expensive ticket because I want to support you. I'm going to buy the VIP ticket. I'm going to do that if I can. If I'm in a financial position to be able to do so, I want to support you because I know you would support me. But a lot of people don't believe that. They think that, oh yeah, they're supporting you by simply being in the building. Send me a cake, Tanika. Send me one of them cakes. I'll support you. That's not supporting you. All right. Now it's a little bit different if you have someone that can, I don't know, let's just say if she sent me a cake and I'm tasting it and now I do promos for her on the show. That's give. We're brokering deals. We're making deals like that. That would be a little bit different. But if I'm just a regular person, if I'm her friend and I got a wedding that, well, I'm trying to make, I got a New Year's Eve party going on, and I tell her, hey, look, man, I got 200 people coming to my crib for the New Year's Eve, and you send one of your cakes to it. Send me 10 cakes over here. I'm gonna support you. And once they taste your cake, everybody gonna want it, and they gonna start ordering it. Well, there's no guarantees in that. And you just sent 10 cakes over there, and you might get something out of it. You may get something out of it. That's just not support to me. Support to me is not, Alethea, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. I don't know if anybody comes to your chair and expect to get a hair, get their hair done for free so they can go to the club and show everybody how they got their hair done. And now everybody at the club gonna come sit in your chair. There's no guarantees in anything like that. But now if you're doing a television person's hair, and they're willing to put your name across the screen in the wardrobe section, hair and wardrobe done by Alethea, that's a different situation. You're receiving something for your work. But I know a lot of people who a lot of people here really look up to, who use and abuse their little local celebrity. And I've had people that y'all love tell me to my face, I ain't paying nobody nothing. It's a privilege. It's an honor to do something for me. They'll volunteer their time to me for nothing. And I would not, I'm going to go to the grave. There's only a couple people that know who I'm talking about because I told them, and I'm like, damn, this is messed up. But I don't let people volunteer for me. When I do my functions in the city of Cincinnati, anybody that's ever done anything for me has always got compensated in some kind of way. I've always compensated. I don't believe in the volunteer thing. That's not what, we were doing. Little girls come out and do the little dances and stuff like that at the halftime shows and stuff like that. There's people y'all love won't even get them little girls water because they think they somebody. They think that they bigger than the situation. They think it's all about them. and they won't even give them individuals, they wouldn't even give them water out there doing them little drills at 80, it's 80, 90 degrees outside. You know what I'm saying? I know some of y'all don't know what I'm talking about, but just, get to know some of your people that you look up to. Get to know them. Because I'm going to tell you something. What I've learned in being around a lot of celebrities over the years, none of them are who they really are on television. Like when you get to know some of these people that you look up to and adore, I heard this little thing. An old Mexican dude told me a long time ago. And the reason why I call him Mexican is because he was a dude that used to be around Hector Camacho. He was an old trainer for Hector Camacho. I don't know if y'all remember the fighter, but he didn't speak English very well. Okay, he didn't speak English very well. So he told me one time, he said, the worst thing you can do is meet the person that you look up to the most. Like he said it in a way that I didn't really understand at that time, but he said, what is it? What is that type? What is that person? You're not somebody that you admire. What somebody help me out. Somebody in here who's much smarter than me. What do you call the person that you look up to? Like I liked Sugar Ray Leonard. Okay, that's one of my I don't admire him, but that's idol. You might not want to meet one of your idols. Might not be who you think they are. And that's what he told me. He said it in a way, he said it in Spanish. It was a little different, but that's what he meant. He said, you don't want to meet your idols because they may not be who you think they are. You understand what I'm saying? And 20 years later, I understood what he said because I start being in an industry where people who were celebrities and, big name people in the cities and in the United States, I get around them and I'm like, they're nothing like I thought they would be. You understand? And it goes both ways, guys. I got to be honest. I have to be totally honest with you. I've been around young men who had an image of being a no good person. And when the cameras went off, they was the sweetest heart. They had the sweetest personality. They was the nicest person. They would give anything you wanted. They were super nice. And it was just a persona that they were putting on because sometimes people understand that the bad guy wins in media. The bad guy wins. And I don't know. I just learned that television and media and things, this is one of the reasons why I had to take my little 2-week break is because I get overwhelmed. I get too much of it can be overwhelming and you can crash out. You can crash out because it's just not real. And if you out here trying to be real, if you out here trying to be authentic and you giving yourself, you giving your realness, and you can sit back and you can watch some of the frauds and you can watch them from a distance. But then as you do things like what we're doing here, you become closer to it. Sometimes you even have to, get in the same water, tap dance around the same areas as some of these folks. And it really becomes overwhelming because a lot of people, man, I guess I need to show this clip. Did anybody see that clip in the Wyatt Live Messenger group? Let me see if I have it. I don't know. I don't know if I have it here. Yeah, I think I do. This is why you have to sometimes take a break. I'm gonna get this clip right here, okay? If you guys give me 1 second. This sister said it better than I could say it because if I say it, it's definitely going to be taken the wrong way. Check this out.
Y'all as niggas, y'all let a fuck nigga tell y'all anything. Y'all will sit up and listen to a nigga that ain't got shit going on quicker than somebody that actually got something going on, all because he more comfortable to be around. Y'all will sit up around niggas that if you look at their life, it ain't nothing about their life that you trying to repeat or duplicate in your life, right? But you will sit up and let that fuck nigga tell you all kind of shit. But pass over the people every day that got stuff going on just because you uncomfortable with talking to somebody that didn't come from the exact upbringing or trauma that you came from. Message. Then you take what a fuck nigga say and carry that shit around like it's law. It's so many of y'all niggas, man. Big bro said, yeah, cause like Big Bro was saying, that fuck nigga ain't no big bro. Nigga, you just got around a nigga that made you comfortable enough to talk. Manipulation. A lot of y'all niggas don't realize that. This law number one of being a grown man, especially when you're trying to navigate this world, right? Get your motherfucking ass a purpose and realize who the fuck to listen to and who not to. A lot of y'all, you ain't never been told as a grown man, establish yourself some spirituality, a space where you can go and meditate and really reflect on what the fuck you supposed to be doing. Cause y'all niggas be listening to bullshit from bitch ass niggas all the time. Around here quoting the fuck nigga. Y'all done sat up and got comfortable with niggas just nurturing y'all in a space of bashing women, discussing stuff that don't got nothing to do with making yourself better. So even if the shit the nigga telling you is true about what's out here, bro, what the fuck that got to do with you getting up, going to the gym, purchasing some assets, creating multiple streams of income, fixing your credit, figuring out which bitch you actually want to focus in on, or let all them bitches go and focus on yourself, self-love, keeping a clean environment, taking care of yourself, going to the motherfucking doctor, stop putting all that poison in your body, change your diet, being better with your discipline. What the fuck did that fuck nigga say that got anything to do with anything that I just said? Y'all is niggas.
Wow. Okay, listen. I can agree with someone, but not agree with how they say it. Okay, I mean, I can agree with what she's saying, but I don't agree with how she's saying it. But that's me. I mean, I don't know if that's, y'all know where we from, but I don't need the message to be delivered to me that way. But I feel her. It's a heartbeat. I honestly feel what she's saying, and for some of us who are way too good to hear something like that, our moms used to talk to us like that. My mother didn't quite have that type of mouth, especially in front of everyone. But my mother would say that same way, the way Denise knew how to say it. My mother's name was Denise, obviously. That's the same woman that would tell me, you don't follow them boys. They don't have your type of future ahead of them. They don't see things the way you see things, Rand. They could, but they don't have a mother in the house like me. We're a team. My mother made me believe we were a team. You feel me? She made me feel like I was a team. So I felt like if I didn't do my part, I was failing. If she didn't do her part, she was failing. And that was what got us through. That's what got us through, because what I've learned in life is it's manipulation, it's influence. People can teach you what they want you to learn. And if what they're teaching you is to their benefit, then they're going to teach it to you the way they want you to know it, the way they want you to absorb it, the way they want you to focus all your energy into what they doing. They want you to be the crash dummy. And they will use the Lord's name in vain. They'll use gospel. You know what I mean? They'll use the Bible. They'll use God. They'll use your friendship. They'll say, I've known you for 30, 40. We've been together forever. They'll use your family, your bloodline. They'll use whatever they need to do to manipulate you and make you feel that, less than. I remember, who was that? Mike Epps. Y'all know the comedian Mike Epps. He's from Indianapolis. Mike Epps, he can blame him doing drugs and shit on his friends and all that if he want to. I'm not quite buying the whole idea that he was doing drugs because he felt like he had to do them with his friends. I ain't quite buying all of that. However, what he said was very powerful. They only loved him when he was down. When he was bad on drugs, they loved him. But when he kicked the drugs and when he wanted to be clean and when he wanted to exercise and when he wanted to be true and when he wanted to do real stuff and he didn't want to hang out and when he didn't want to do the things that can get you 5 years or get you probation, when he didn't want to do those things, he wasn't cool no more. He had changed. He ain't nothing. You just tap dancing for the white man. You just doing whatever you got. You all that old nonsense shit. And one of the things that was very powerful that he said out of his mouth, regardless of how the story ended, how it started or ended, Mike Epps said, how is my success? How is that a reflection of your failure? Listen, people don't want you to be successful. Even the ones that's trying to sit there and look at you right in your face and tell you, you special. You're special. You got something going on. Some of us know exactly that feeling. You know that feeling. You know how it feel to be perked out, to be perked out on. You know how it feel. The only people in this world that ever will keep it real with you will be your mom, your mother, or your father. I'm the only ones that'll keep it real with you. Yesterday, I said something about the money and about the Bengals and it being the business um and I told you about Jamar Chase and T. Higgins about them getting their money. And like to be honest with you, it's a business before it's a game. And as much as we love these guys as being celebrities, I would never say anything bad about those guys because they have a short window of making their money. I would never stand in the way of them guys trying to make their money. So I try not to go to social media. I'm still on track of what I was talking about. I just want to let y'all know why I don't say negative things about players of sitting out, not wanting to play the game until they get their contracts right, and how it affects the whole team and things of that nature. One thing I try not to do, I'm not saying I'm perfect with it, but I try not to mess up people's money. You understand what I'm saying? Like with T. Higgins and Jamar Chase going after their money, I didn't really want to criticize the Bengals because I got a Bengal fan in here that, that understands what I'm talking about. I didn't want to mess up their money. I don't want to say anything about those guys' money and about their gameplay or how their efforts and it mess up their money. I didn't want to do that. That would be me. What they call that? That's like hating when you know why they're not really giving forth all the effort. Chris Carter said it best one time. I don't know if y'all remember Chris Carter. He used to play for the Minnesota Vikings. He's an all-pro wide receiver. He's a good guy. He's not a perfect guy. He's not a perfect man, but he's a good guy. And he's from Middletown, Ohio. Okay, he was a Middletown Middie. All right, he ended up going to Ohio State, and then he made it to the NFL. Let me see if I have this this clip. I want to show you this clip here. If I have the Chris Carter clip, it says a lot about what we were talking about yesterday. I just want to bring this up because I wanted to do it yesterday. If I didn't bring this clip up today, I was not going to be able to. I was not going to be able to sleep tonight. Trust me, because for some odd reason, look, I know Chris Carter's family in Middletown. I, I've met Chris Carter a couple times, but it was in the times of his celebrity. So I don't really know Chris Carter. I know Chris Carter, the NFL football player who was successful in the game. I don't know Chris Carter off the field. Okay, so I'm not plugging Chris Carter. I'm just making my point from yesterday of these guys have to put the money ahead of anything else. This is their profession. All right, so I just want to show this clip, and then I'll go back into getting into what I was talking about. I have to play this clip because I just found it, and I want y'all to hear this. How he took a young guy under his wing. All right, guy's name happened to be Randy Moss. How he got Randy Moss paid, how he paved the way and showed this young man how to get his money right, how to do certain things for the up and coming young guys, but at the same time being able to take care of yourself. This is an unbelievable, for me, this is an unbelievable expression of being able to look out and for others and look out for yourself at the same time. Check out Chris Carter in this conversation. It's very short, but it's powerful. Check it out.
Can I tell you a story that I've never told before?
Please.
We're at the draft in 1998. Now, at that point, Jake Reed and myself had broke the NFL records as far as combination receivers on the team with 1,000-yard seasons. We had 3 in a row. That broke Jerry Rice's record. And then when the next season, we had 4 in a row. So Denny Green calls me for the draft. Hey, bro, we're going to draft Randy Moss. So Jake calls me on the phone. Hey, bro, what's going on? I said, man, I think they're going to draft the Moss kid. He says, what we going to do? I said, if they draft that dude, I got a plan. Go through the draft. He's falling. Denny Green gets him. They call me. AC, you got to take care of him, man. Moss calls me. Dog, what's up, man? Okay, bro, we got to get you to Boca. We got to get you a Florida driver's license. No state tax. Going to save it on your signing bonus. I'm going to save you so much money. Forget about football. I'm going to save you so much money. Come down here and start working out with him.
Because they tax high in Minnesota.
I called the general manager, Jeff Diamond. Hey, Jeff, what's going on, Chris? I said, bro, I ain't coming back up there. I ain't coming to Minnesota. And y'all just drafted this kid. I just watched him high hurdle a motherfucker. I'm 33. I done made 5 straight Pro Bowls. I see the writing on the wall. Y'all getting ready. Y'all want me to drop all this information into this kid, and this kid, I got 1 year left of my contract, then y'all gonna put me out somewhere. No, that ain't getting ready to happen, man. I ain't coming to Minnesota. I ain't stepping foot in the state. I ain't coming to no mini camp. And y'all explain to the people why I'm not here. Mm-hmm. I ain't gonna say one word until you get my money right. Well, what's that look like? I said, Michael Irvin makes $6 million. Jerry Rice makes $6 million. I want to be in the same neighborhood. I want to be able to see their house. I'm everything to you. So either come up with my money or I won't be here. We had Red McCombs as an owner. Red said, Chrissy, gonna take care of you, son. All right? You've been good at the organization. They gave me $18 million. 3 years, $18 million. Tore up the last year of my contract. I got great love for the Vikings organization. I got great love for Randy Moss and everything. But man, business is business.
Business is business.
And I got great love for you, Chris Carter, the football player, because that's how you do it. That is exactly how you do it, man. You set that young man up to be able to make great choices financially. That he didn't have him move to the state of Minnesota. He had him. I'm sorry, the city of what? Where do they play? I'm sorry, Minnesota Vikings. Where do they play? I forgot it's the city of Minnesota. I just don't know what their taxes are high. So what he did is he set him up in Florida, got him his Florida ID, Florida residency, so he didn't have to pay the taxes on his signing bonus. Didn't have to pay the taxes. Now it's a little bit different now. That was in the 90s. It's a little bit different now because these guys pay taxes on the cities that they play in. They've learned how to get away from the tax manipulation that these guys were doing. But now, when you go play, if you're Cincinnati Bengal, Minneapolis, thank you, Ben, Minneapolis, Minnesota. When back in the day, you wouldn't have to pay taxes. You would pay one tax rate. Now they have it set up where wherever you go and you earn a check in those cities, that's where you pay the tax. So it's a little bit different now, but I love the fact that he did introduce that to Randy Moss and he put him in a position to win. And that's what it's all about. Authentic, just being authentic. And then he looked out for himself. He looked out for himself at the same time. And there's nothing wrong with putting yourself first. There's nothing wrong with putting yourself in the equation. Nothing wrong with it at all. But it's the ones that pretend that they are not doing it for self-reasoning. Those are the fake ones. Those are the fraud ones. They always want you to think that they doing something for the community. They doing something for somebody else. In fact, they're doing it for themselves. They're using your situation to position themselves, sort of like what Chris Carter just did with Randy Moss. Sort of like that same thing, which, you know, I guess you could say there's nothing wrong with it, but when you're doing it in the community, I think there's a big problem because you're just using someone else's situation, someone else's pain, someone else's less than. You're using that to benefit, and I just find that to be so distasteful, very distasteful. And I almost in 2024 called a lot of that shit out. Well, what I'm learning in my life is it's not my place to do that, not even on a podcast. I figure I'll just leave people where they are. If that's who you want to believe, that's who you want to look up to. If you want them to be your righteous, if you want them to be your leaders and your community leaders, and they're using all these things to make it look like they're doing so much for all these other people, that's fine. And I'm not mad at them. I'm not mad at them. I'm not going to get in the way of their money. I'm not going to get in the way of their hustles. I'm not going to do it. Because that shit was going on well before I was talking on these waves, and it's gonna go on well after I'm gone. So have at it. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. Have at it. What we're gonna do in 2025 is what can we do to better the people that have who ears that I have. If you're not here to be better than you were yesterday or last year or whatever, this is not gonna be the place for you in 2025. It's not gonna be the place. It's not gonna be your 1 o'clock location. Because at 1 o'clock, we going up. We got to figure out a way to be better than we were yesterday. And that's the messages. Those are the things that I'll try to deliver. And if I'm not doing that, just let me know. Please. If I'm not doing that, let me know what I can do to make it better. Help me out in my plan. And for those that want to make it tough for my plan, that's going to be hard to do. Because I'm gonna call you out on it. You're gonna have to explain what your plan is. Because I just told you what my plan was for 2025. My plan is to be better than yesterday. I don't want to tie yesterday. I want to be better than yesterday. If I sold 5 cakes yesterday, I want to sell 6 today. How can we go from 5 to 6, from 6 to 7, from 7 to 8, to 8 to 9? How can we do that? That's the ultimate goal. So that's the purpose of 2025. That's what I was trying to get out yesterday. There's an actress. There's a lady. I don't know if y'all remember. Do y'all know Essence Atkins? The little sister. I can't call her little sister anymore because she's not all that young anymore. She's older like myself, but for some odd reason, she's always had this little young girl, look to her. And she very seldom plays some hot to trot lady. She's a black actress, but she doesn't really play some, she ain't really like the hood type girl. She plays respectable roles like a mother, maybe, the do it all the way right girlfriend in shows and stuff like that. She's been in a couple little things coming up that, she might have had to put on a tight skirt or something. I don't know. But she's always been one of those girls that I would always look at and be like, she got it together. Like, I like the fact that she don't really have to get undressed or have to get in roles and have to, be all aggressive and trying to act like, this is how black women, she represents black women to the fullest, as far as I'm concerned. She came out and said something. I don't know if this is a shot, not trying to be negative, but it's a powerful message in what she said. Let me see if I can find that clip. Let me see if I can find her real fast. Anybody know who I'm talking about? Essence Atkins? She put a little post, not a post, she put a little clip out about being a professional. You know what I'm saying? And Jenny said, do we? Essence Atkins has a phenomenal career. Yeah, I know. A lot of people who have certain careers that we call excellent, a lot of people don't really, they don't really you know, I know some guys. I don't know him personally, but what's the bald head dude name that played in a few movies, man? I don't know his name, bro. I don't know his name, and he's been in like 35, 40 movies. I don't even know his name, but he played in uh, um what was that movie where they wore the he was the preacher and they went off to the war. He came back and became a preacher, and you know when he robbed the bank and I don't know money. What is paid in? Not paid in full, but I don't know. I don't know the movie. I'm horrible with movie names. What was it? Paid in full? Not paid in full. What was that movie? Um, what was that movie where they wore the white paint on their face and they went off to the Vietnam War and they came back home and the brother came back and he became a preacher and the dude, what's his name? Who played Raw Dog and what is his name? I can't think of his name. I can't think of three guys' names. Dead presidents. Thank you, Twin. I knew somebody like Twin would know. Dead presidents. What's the brother's name that was the bald head guy that played the preacher? Thank you, Edward Bentley. Yes, it's Dead Presidents. I don't know. Okay. Bokum Woodbine. I really need to know, dude. He is a good actor. He's been in a lot. Okay, hold on. Hakeem Bokeim or Bokeem, and she said Hakeem. Okay, all right. It's one of them. He's a good actor. He's been in a lot of movies. All right. And I don't know his name. So I think he's had an excellent career, but yet nobody really knows him. I didn't know his name. And that's what I'm talking about. But Essence, man, she's been around. She's been around since she was a young girl. And she has this message in this video. And at first I thought it was a shot. But it wasn't really a shot. I think what she's trying to say is work ethic is more important. Dependability is more important. And this is the same thing that I say about entrepreneurs. Because in that field of acting and actressing, you know, being an actor and an actress, you know, you cannot burn bridges like in everything else. But those are independent contractors. They don't work for studios. Now they do. They kind of have these Netflix deals. But they're independent contractors and they negotiate their contracts and they get film spots based on their personality and based on dependability. Okay. And she put this post out and I thought it was excellent. Listen to what she says. I really adore her for this one. Check it out.
A lot of the work that I've done over the years, Yvette Lee Bowser, has been repeat business. It's not because I'm the most talented actor there is. There's plenty of incredibly talented, beautiful Black women that people could hire. But what I can tell you is that part of the reason that I get the job over some of them is because people want to be with me at 2 o'clock in the morning because they know I'm going to show up, I'm going to work hard, I'm going to rally, I'm not going to complain, I'm going to be a collaborator, and I'm going to be respectful. And that makes a difference. When you want to write a check, because you have long days, you have difficult days, you have, oh my gosh, we're losing the sun. Is this person going to be prepared? Is this person going to be on time? Is this person going to be difficult? And when that is not the narrative around your name, that can make the difference between you getting a job and not getting a job.
Facts, because that peace of mind is worth every penny.
Every single penny.
People write me checks all the time for the peace of mind. Absolutely. Not just because I'm talented.
I'm going to get at to Tanika. I dedicate that clip right there to Tanika today. Tanika, make sure you do not forget to put the information in the note screen or somewhere that people can get a hold of you to be able to order a cake. I hope you're ready for it. You'll get a couple orders just off of the show, just on GP, because you can count mine in there. I want a lemon. I kind of want to try that upside down cake, but I definitely want to try the pound cake. I don't know, bro. That pineapple upside down cake, I really I haven't had one. I've never had anybody else's. I've only had my grandmother's upside down cake, pineapple upside down cake. But I definitely want to try that lemon pound cake. So Tanika, I'm going to dedicate that clip to her. I don't know if she's still here. I'm going to dedicate that clip to you because that clip right there says a lot about what it's going to take to go to the next level. Did you hear what she said about people have stroked her checks because they know that she'll come through. One of the things that I found out with entrepreneurs and small businesses, we have a problem with coming through. We have a problem of showing up on time. We have a problem with not complaining on the job sites. You see what I'm saying? We have and listen, some of it be good reason, but people pay attention. They really pay attention to who you are on the job site. And it is very important that we stay professional on our job sites. See what I'm saying? It's very important that we stand. So that clip right there in that little small minute is 10 years worth of information. You follow that and you got 10 years of success just by going off those 3 little pinpoints that young lady, well, she's a young lady to me, what she just said. I get checks because people know they can depend on me. They know that I'm going to be there at 2:00 in the morning. I'm not going to complain. So Tanika, we know we're going to get our pie or our pound cake on time. If you have to stay up to 2:30, 3:00, 4:00 in the morning, knowing you got a meeting tomorrow on your job and you got to get out the door at 7 in the morning, you still got to be there at 3:00 in the morning to finish that last pound cake. That is a requirement if you're going to be successful. And complaining about it to who? Can't complain to anybody about that. Let me go to the phone lines before I get up out of here. I'm close to my time of being gone. Let me go to the phone lines. Good afternoon, caller. This is Wyatt. Who am I speaking with?
What up, Wyatt? How you doing, bro?
Oh my, what's going on, brother? Long time no talk to. How you doing?
Man, I'm doing good. You know, you're not politics, bro. And now that I've seen the success of your show and the impact you had on the black vote in America, considering the outcome of the election, you know, I've been doing my thing, Wyatt.
You say my impact. What impact did I have?
Oh, do I have to? Okay.
No, you don't, because I know, trust me, I didn't really mean it the way it sounded. Because
yeah, but you got a lot of new people on your show since the last time I was on the show. So maybe they don't know what I mean when I say the impact you had on the election and the black voters in America.
Okay. But yeah, you're right.
Okay.
I don't do politics, but you know, I do get not clowned, but I get hassled a little bit, because when somebody does come to the show with politics, and if I do happen to get involved in that conversation, now I'm a show about politics.
Exactly. And again, that's why I've always said that in the current society, culture of America, everything is political.
Well, and
you can't avoid it, because you got to remember, Wyatt, the eyes cannot see what the brain does not know. So if you're not politically savvy, you don't recognize the political speak and the tactics that politicians and media use to affect the voter, then you wouldn't agree that everything is political. But it is. When you have a politician in Washington, D.C., saying their number one concern is to make sure people have money to pay their rent. Okay, so, but anyway, yeah, like I said, bro, you doing your thing. But speaking on this, because I just turned you on, because I said, let me see what Wyatt's talking about.
Happy New Year to you, by the way. I'm sorry about that. I haven't talked to you. I haven't spoke with you since the New Year, so I want to say Happy New Year to you.
Well, thank you very much. And like every new year, it gives people to reflect personally on where they are in their life and the expectations and the goals that they set. So I said, let me see what Wyatt's talking about. So you're talking about these black actors and actresses that are just basically professional actors, and we've seen them in a lot of black movies and black shows, because that's what black people watch. They watch other black entertainment as much as they can. And it made me think about the current lawsuit that was filed against Fox Sports, and Skip Bayless, Joy Taylor was named, and Charlie Dixon, the president Fox Sports.
Mhm.
So it made me think. The reason Joy Taylor was named in this lawsuit is because this hairstylist, makeup artist, felt that Joy Taylor didn't get her back when she went to her with some of these things that was going on.
I'm sorry, Drop, you cut out on me a little bit. Who did you say? You said Joy, who didn't have her back? Or she was questioning who had her back? Who did you say?
Joy Taylor,
Okay,
she's a prominent female sports, she's a host.
Got you. I understand.
Co-host. She's worked her way up. She's half black, half white, gorgeous. Woo, gorgeous. And she was named in a lawsuit because the hairstylist went to her, telling her about these things that were happening to her with Skip Bayless. So Joy Taylor tells her, suck it up, girl. You know, you just need to know how to work it in order to benefit you.
Got you. So the
Okay.
actual lawsuit is coming from the hairstylist?
Yes,
Okay,
yes. It's
okay.
She's a 40-something. I think she's 40-something. Don't quote me on it. But she's a single parent. When you see her picture, you know I'm on X. I got it posted on X.
Okay.
She's gorgeous. And if you listen, when you listen, because I'm telling you, Wyatt, bro, this is some content for your show. But when you listen to all the people that have podcasts, have their own shows, who's been connected to Fox Sports and Skip Bayless,
Mhm.
they're all out there talking now, Wyatt, and they're saying the reason that Joy Taylor told this hairstylist, "Suck it up, girl, learn how to work it to your advantage," is because she was sleeping with Charlie Dixon, the head of Fox Sports.
Okay.
At the same time, she was sleeping with a Fox Sports co-host, Emmanuel Acho.
Okay. I know the brother.
Okay, so again,
wait a minute. I thought she was with the Shannon Sharp guy. I thought she was with the Shannon Sharp guy as well.
Bro,
I read a little bit about it.
The fact that she's in the center of it, Wyatt, that's what made me call in, because of the topic you're talking about being an entrepreneur, people trusting you, people relying on you, blah, 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 blah.
Okay.
And especially when the black lady, the actress, the clip you just played.
Okay. I'm a little lost. Look, I don't know.
I know you don't know the story, bro. Right. This is because I know you watch sports.
I do. But I've only read one story. I generally read different versions of the stories to get, you know, I'll probably read the lawsuit. That'll tell me, you know, what I really need to know. But
it's sensationalized because it's written by a lawyer.
Well,
and here's one of the big things they're talking about, Wyatt. The lady says,
out of the lawsuit. I get the players out of the lawsuit. That's what I get out of it. It doesn't necessarily tell you the truth.
But this is one of the huge allegations that makes the story headline news. The story was that this hairstylist said that Skip Bayless offered her $1.7 million to have sex with her. Now, Wyatt, obviously, this whole thing took place over a number of years. Don't you think that the lawyer wrote it that way when actually probably Skip said, "Yo, honey, I'll give you $50,000," and then they took all these different numbers that she said at different points Skip offered her, and it totals up to $1.7 million.
Okay.
Because you know, Wyatt, he ain't gonna pay her. We can go on Instagram and get a woman. Why would he pay her $1.75 million? It doesn't make sense. But
I heard that it was a little bit less money than that. But if you're saying and you're saying that it was like multiple offers that add up to 1.25 or something like that. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All that stuff,
it makes
bro.
Sense.
Somebody. You know, I know what that type of stuff is, bro, and it. I don't really get into that type of stuff because there's gonna be.
I'm surprised because it's not political. Well, even though everything is political, I thought you'd be all over this. It just broke a couple of days ago.
No, I know. Like I said, I read one story about it. I generally don't go off of one story. I read a little bit about it, but what I'm saying here is a bunch of I don't really dig. See, I don't like them type of people in the first place. Like, I don't really ride by people that's. I kind of just said some things about celebrities. See what I'm saying? Like, people gave me the business. They gave me the business on my take on Diddy. All right. They think that because I felt the way I felt, I was just shaming and pounding down on a black man and this and this and that. But I watched a man, not a black man, not this. I watched a businessman and executive named Sean Puffy Combs do his people bad over years. And now you want me to come to the rescue when I watched him do all his artists bad, from publishing to having relationships with girls that were, and then it comes on camera and he's beating her up and stuff like that. And it justifies a lot of the things that's been said about him. That's still not enough to see that you might be dealing with a monster. And some people are so manipulated that if you start telling the truth, or if you start adding up all the math, and it now comes to the equation that you have, and it is that he may not be a good guy. Now, all of a sudden, you the bad person for telling the truth about somebody that's equated to not being a good person.
Right.
So I don't really get into the celebrity thing like that because, it just, bro, look, a lot of those people that get into them jobs, they know the circumstances, they know the schedule, they know what's going on. And what happens is a lot of them wait for the opportunity for something like this to happen. And I'm not going to be a customer of it. You feel me? I'm not a customer of stuff like that. I don't buy into it.
Oh, okay. Well, again, I think this story is going to get bigger than what it is right now.
Mm-hmm. It probably will.
Only because of the Joy Taylor angle. Because again, like I said, if you watch any of the sports, Fox Sports shows, there was one with Jason Whitlock, Marcellus Wiley. It was called "Speak for Yourself," I think. And at the time, this is during the time when this lawsuit was filed. It covered that time period, and one of the co-hosts was replaced by Joy Taylor. And then, because Joy Taylor was sleeping with the president, she got the other co-host, Marcellus Wiley, got him replaced by Emmanuel Acho, because Emmanuel was sleeping with Joy Taylor at the same time she was sleeping with the president of Fox. Now, again, if you never watched those shows, you probably couldn't relate to the story until all the facts come out. But I'm telling you, Wyatt, this whole story is going to turn because of the role of Joy Taylor. Was she actually encouraging this hairstylist who filed a lawsuit to take advantage of it and use it to your benefit? The groping, the whatever they accuse of doing. So, but anyway, I just want to shout. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I don't think there's anything new about that. These just happen to be people on TV.
You're right. It took the hairstylist to expose it.
Right.
Because I'm telling you, Wyatt, if this goes to court, which it probably won't, but if it does, Wyatt, think about all these other on-air celebrities, mainly men, who were fired or who were sued by these women who accused them of doing something when it could have been a setup the whole time. And again, like I thought this would be right up your alley, Wyatt.
I don't know why.
Politics.
You're right.
Yeah.
It's not politics, but everything that's not politics is not up my alley, bro. I just look. I think the best you're gonna get. Look, I appreciate it. Trust me, because you always bring entertainment. But I'm just gonna say this to you, bro. You really can't get much out of me on something like that. I barely.
Okay, we'll see.
No.
Because like I said, the story is just starting. Wyatt.
No, I didn't even want to talk about Diddy in them. You see what I'm saying? Because I already know how that stuff works. But I just don't see how this story right here is going to be relevant to the world. I mean, maybe because they'll see maybe when they start seeing the dollar amount, then it becomes intriguing. People are curious because I don't believe.
Wyatt, what's getting ready?
Hold on. I promise you can have the floor. I don't believe that someone was offered $1.5 million to have sex. I don't believe that. That's just, it don't take that much.
But it gets headlines.
Yeah, I know. And see, I'm not a headline. Anything that needs to be manipulated and they need to add yeast to it tells me that it's a bunch of bullshit. I don't need somebody to exaggerate a situation for me to be able to pay attention to it. And if you do that, then I know there's going to be a bunch of BS involved. I'm not captured by that.
Why, again, bruh, look at the timing of it. We're starting next week, NFL playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And then in a month, you'll have the Super Bowl.
Right.
Obviously, we know the case probably won't be resolved during that time. So we're talking sports. How can they avoid talking about it, especially when you have
it's just a
black woman right in the middle of it named as one of the defendants? Joy Taylor's getting sued.
I understand. She's probably going to be an accessory. That's what they're naming her, as an accessory of the.
No. She's included because, like I said, the hairstylist went to Joy because Joy had a big position at the time. She was co-hosting shows.
She's a co-host. Was she an executive producer? Was she an executive producer? Was she a shot caller?
She wasn't. No, she wasn't an executive producer, but she was one of the people that had a little bit of juice that were women that could possibly talk to some people to stop doing what they were doing to this hairstylist.
Right. So she's going to be named an accessory. She's not an executive. She's not a shot caller on paper. Right. So she can't make any business decisions. She can just influence. Right. She's just somebody that can give up.
Yeah, but okay, then like I said, part of the story why she was sleeping with the president of Fox Sports.
Okay. Okay.
Now, again, like I said, all this would come out if there was a case. But on the surface, when you hear the people that were at Fox at the time, or came after Joy Taylor started moving up the ladder in Fox Sports. Now she's hosting her own show. So again, and the guy that she used to co-host with, Emmanuel Acho, he all of a sudden goes and gets his own show. So, and like I said, Wyatt, I'm a sports guy. You're a sports guy. I just thought, well, I understand now why you're not on the story, but it's going to be there. Yeah, it's going to be out front pretty soon, only because what's getting ready to start next week, playoffs.
Right, and it was just perfect timing because they knew they can get free media on it. Okay, because of the playoffs. If they would have done this during baseball season, it wouldn't be nothing. If it was during soccer season, it would be nothing. It's during the most. It's during the most captive moments of the NFL, and that's the playoffs. Okay, and that's just structure. Yep. That's a great play by them. They could have probably done this over the summer when the season first started, and it would have blew over. People would have been talking about week 3 of the NFL season, and nobody would have paid attention to this. Okay, but exactly, it's just structured right. And like I said, when I see manipulation being done, it kind of like I alienate away from stuff like that. Because I already know it's just about a dollar amount. We spoke about the NFL on other things, accusations of the NFL and this and that. It's all about timing. And if you do,
I'm sorry, because that's Brian Coach Flores. Remember when he filed a lawsuit? Why?
Yeah, two years ago. I remember that. You ain't heard nothing else about it.
Well, now they're talking about he's going to be interviewed for a head coaching job.
Well, I mean, fine. Who going to go to the Patriots where they got rid of Mayo? I mean,
they fired his ass without even giving him a whole season.
Well, they gave him a whole season. But now there were some people talking about how they're going to get his brother 1 year of the Patriots. The Patriots are a winning organization, but it took another 5 white coaches to get fired for them to be like, okay, I guess this ain't no racial thing. I mean, it would have been at first. But now it is what it is. You just got to win in the NFL, bro. Just win. That's all you got to do.
There you go. And kind of like Homegirl was saying in the clip, going back before I end this call, the actress she was playing, people don't like dealing with certain people for whatever reason. They will find a way to get rid of your ass or not work with you because of those reasons. When you're supposed to be coming to work, shut your mouth, do the damn job, and we good. So, again, that happens all over the place. And again, like I just want to say, Wyatt, I hope you have as much success in 2025 that you had in 2024, my brother. And I got a feeling that this year, 2025, it's going to be more political, Wyatt, whether he wants to or not. because we know Portis 47 is about to get busy. So that's all I got, Wyatt.
All right, bro.
And
Hey, I appreciate
before I go, can I say one thing?
Sure.
Drop Squad 52. Drop free science to anyone who wants to catch it. Peace out, Wyatt.
Peace out to you, brother. I appreciate you calling. Thanks for coming in and engaging with us. Drop Squad, I thought he quit us. Y'all know that's what the girls used to say back in the day. I'm about to quit him, girl. I thought he was through with us because he's a political dude. I don't really talk a lot of politics, but when I do, I'll accept it. I'll talk about it. It's no big deal. Politics get on my nerves because it's a very divisive conversation. It's just divisive. I don't like that. People gonna believe what they want to believe. They're gonna believe into what they want to believe into. It's almost like, well, we've had this before, the conversation of the two things that are the most divisive, I feel personally, is politics and religion. And yeah, those two things right there could really separate people to the fullest. So I try to stay out of those zones. 2025, I'm gonna tap dance in it, sort of like I did in 24. But I really don't want to have a lot to do when it comes to stuff like that, man. I'm okay with everybody being who they are, because nobody's really stopping me from doing anything. So why should I have such a feeling on how they feel about things or what they're doing with their free time or whatever? Let me go back to the phone lines. I'm getting close to quitting time here. So let me see if I can get them all in at the same time. 2-3 calls coming at the same time. Good afternoon, caller. This is Wyatt. Who am I speaking with?
What up, Kim, folks?
Hey, what's going on, twin?
I can't call it, man.
With you,
glad your podcast acting rock today.
I hope so. I don't know what happened. If you were listening yesterday, right?
Yeah, I was listening. No, the only thing I heard was the remix.
I'm sorry about that, bro. My studio been shut down. I mean, the equipment's been shut down for a couple weeks, man. And I couldn't explain any of that from yesterday.
That's why you gotta come in an hour too early to get it. Make sure everything right, man.
Well,
I don't want somebody coming in and sabotage your stuff like they do me, man.
Well,
and I hope he come on too, cause he had 99 problems. He talking about his hamstring from shoveling the snow, and you talking about something else and everything. So y'all, I don't know if y'all email or text each other like, what you doing, bro? What you gonna do? You coming on? You doing this? Let's mess up twin life today.
What?
Piss them off. Yeah, I believe so.
You really?
In my heart, y'all do that. Text each other. Let's piss twin off today.
Okay, what did I do to piss you off today?
Y'all said y'all was coming on, then y'all don't send an email or kite or anything saying that y'all go come on. Y'all not go come on. Bro, y'all wait till the middle of the night to do it.
Bro, I'm here. I mean, we wait till what are you talking about, twin? You just making up stuff, bro. See, one of my goals. Yeah. I don't do New Year resolutions, okay, but one of my goals in 2025 is not to curse. It's gonna be it's gonna be hard to do with you calling in making up stuff.
Nah, it's gonna be hard because I'm gonna cuss every last one of y'all out, both of y'all out. Right. Yeah, I'll just play. Right. Okay, no, just keep it going, but it's gonna be hard talking about that politics and stuff, politics, whatever, because that's all they gonna talk about, Wyatt. I hate to say it, man.
I know, but that's not what we're going to talk about. You got to understand something, twin. I'm going to say something to you and nobody else, okay? Nobody's listening. This is just you and I talking. All right. The best thing that happened to some of these people that want to bitch and complain all the time, the best thing that happened is that the Trump guy won. That give them 4 years. No, actually, it gave them 4 years to sell advertisement. It gave them 4 years to keep their audience captured and to talk about shit. It gave them 4 years to completely. They bitched about Trump for 4 years. Why? Biden was in office. Now they got 4 years to really put him on the front of the stove. You understand? Now they got 4 years. It gives them content. So I don't like, bro, that's the best thing that could happen to CNN. Because now they can talk about him all the time. If he would have lost, you wouldn't have heard nothing else about this guy. But now that he's won, they gonna have content. They're gonna have a whole bunch to talk about. And that's fine. They love it. That's what they wanted. I mean, they can't talk about their team. And that was the only thing that I kept saying is, look, bro, like, talk about your people. And now if you notice in real time, you have people who wouldn't say it. They didn't have the balls to say it. I'm talking about people on TV. Stephen A. Smiths and some of the people on CNN. What are they all saying now? They didn't have balls to say it during a race. They couldn't.
That's
talk.
what I'm talking about, man. Hypocrites, man. You had all that chance. Now you want to talk about the Democrats, what Roland Martin and all of them did. Why you didn't keep that same energy, man?
All I'm
That's
saying
what I'm
to
talking
you
about.
is,
A person like me, twin, I'm not gonna change for nobody. Like you say, that New Year's resolution, all that extra stuff, that's out the window for me. Because you know what, twin ain't gonna keep promise up. So I'm gonna keep it the same energy I've been keep. Well, you need to do this change, man. I ain't changed nothing but my drawers, whatever I got on. That's the only thing gonna change. I'm better myself. Other than that, I ain't changed. I'm the same twin.
Twin,
I'm gonna be grown at sometimes and everything. Twin can turn to Eugene. And so I put on that show, but other than that, I'm still twin. I know I be professional and polite and everything, respectful, but no, man, I ain't got to make no New Year's resolution for what?
Twin.
I ain't gonna keep it. What, man?
Twin. It's 2000.
What's up?
Bro, come down a few notches. Bro, I honestly think you just be looking for some stuff to get mad at. You just got mad because I said about a New Year's resolution. You just hit 10 just because I made the comment. New Year's resolution. I don't like that stuff. I think you really just look for something to be angry at.
No, man, because somebody asked me today, like a couple of weeks, 2 weeks, as a matter of fact, a week ago, telling which I mean the B twin. They inboxed me there. I said the B twin, what twin? You just mad because I don't want you. Shut up talking to me. We ain't about to end it. We had this conversation. You tell me how something happened 10 years ago. No, I don't regret nothing. And no, that's how it is, right? I'm the same old twin. Bringing old stuff in my face. No, you change it for what? I'm me, man. It is what it is, dog. What else new, Wyatt?
Nothing's new on my bro. Nothing's
ain't
new.
nothing funny, man. What's new, man?
Bro,
anything else to report on, man?
To hear something new from you.
What's up, man?
I asked you yesterday. Was that you yesterday? I asked. I don't know if you called or whatever, but I was like, "What do you have?"
Hey, you asked me that crazy stuff. I know I answered. Hey, yeah, Tanika Pound Cake, they fired her, man. You should have grabbed her. I had the pineapple upside down cake, man. Even though she left my car out, yeah, I'm telling on you, Tanika. Accountability. Yeah, she left my car out a little bit, but other than that, why? Hey, I give her a thing, man. Some people can't make cake, man.
Did you order a cake from her? Is that
man? I ordered a cake and went to pick it up, man.
Okay.
And then I met Crystal for the first time. You know, we chop it up in the chat on the Wyatt Live. You did.
Oh, okay.
And I met her in person and everything. It was nice. She had her little mutt with her. I started to kick that mutt. Well, out of respect. No, I'm just playing. But, you know, it was nice meeting that man thing and some other lady. Yo, you twin? Yeah, that's me. Twin all day, baby. You did, but I can't say like real talk. That pound cake is fine, man. Too many people, you know, I taste a lot of pound cakes and, you know, they miss a little sugar or a little milk or something like that, a little cinnamon or something like that. But other than that, why? It's the best pound cake since I used to get them in Chicago, you know, when I used to go to J&J Fish and Hooks and all that, and, you know, get a little side cake of, what's that, pudding or something, banana pudding or something like that. And, you know, I can't say, man, she should sell them in them locals, what they got here, Mike's Fish and whatever, Hooks and all that.
You know,
she should put them up in there.
Here's the beauty of today. We didn't grow up in an era where we could touch, regions of America like you can today with social media and all these platforms and the internet as a whole. You can actually have friends in so many different cities. Like, I can have a friend.
When we growing up, it was word of mouth.
Well, it's still word of mouth, but
they got technology and they can put their ad out there and all that on social media. Man, she got this. Hey, they got this in Florida. Check them out. They got this.
Yes. It's a lot.
Yeah, but it was a word of mouth. You know, while we was going, hey, you know, Sister Dorothy down there at the, Humboldt Church down there, June Building on 63rd. They got the ices out there for $1. Joe, go get them. You know, some word of mouth type like that. But now JoJo and them got 15 expenses all over, stores everywhere. You did? So.
No, you're right. I just think that we have an easier way of marketing to the world these days of any product that we're trying to put out. And I wish that I knew how to cook something, or if I had a recipe for my grandmother's cookie or something like that. And I had I don't have a passion for that industry. Okay, I don't have a passion for it, so I wouldn't be good at it. But I do know that it's easier. Like I was in the music game back in the day, but it would cost so much money to put a single out, to put something out. It was almost impossible. You had to have a lot of money to be able to do it. But in today's society, in today's technology, you can really put your own brand and your put your product out there.
Hello?
You know, it's a lot easier. That don't mean you're gonna be successful, but you do have a head start today. We had to rely on other measures back in the day. You know what I mean? And it was just so much difficult. I want Tanika, and look, Tanika, this is very important that you get your platform set up where people like Twin and whoever else have had these cakes, put post on your on your platform or whatever you're going to host, wherever you're going to sell your cakes and your desserts from. It's important that people like Twin, who has a Chicago background, which is another city outside of your comfort zone of Cincinnati, and working on Orlando, it's important that you have people from these different cities touch in and leave comments, because they have people in those different cities.
I forgot. I got to tell my brother too, man, because he, even though he's staying in Tampa, but he go to church in Orlando. She probably know Ty Hall, Aaron Hall, bro. You know, from whatever they group called. His brother Ty, his brother Ty Hall, his older brother, the preacher in Orlando, in the suburb of Orlando. So I'm gonna tell my brother to touch down with Tanika. That's a good thought, dude. You know, my brother, he'll push it or whatever. Hey, Joe, go check out her case. Man, he'll put on the map and everything. So, you know, I'm glad I just thought about it, because Tanika in Orlando and my brother be there every Sunday at the church. So, hey, I'm gonna tell him and everything, you know, get things started for him.
Absolutely. So there's another region for you. There's another Midwest area for you, Tanika. There's another Midwest area for you. So maybe someone in Chicago. It's just, you know, we got to help one another, to be honest with you. It's all about.
Yeah, man, I support the black folks there, but when you I'm going to tell you right now, Wyatt, and I'm put it up there and reviews and all that. If your food nasty, Joe, your food nasty. And I'm going to tell you, you get 1 star for me or no star. No disrespect, but I'm great. I go to every restaurant here, and you know, every city I touch down, you know, taste their food. And I give a review. Hey, Joe, your food is mid. Barbara, don't go there. People be telling me this person, Cincinnati, good. They good.
Well, here's what I do. I'll be honest with you. I've never told a bunch of people that somebody has some nasty food. All right. And the only reason why I don't do that, Twin, is because my taste buds are different than your taste buds. Like you and I had a discussion about, I like Garrett's popcorn. You told me to go to a different popcorn spot in Chicago. Well, I didn't quite like that popcorn, but I'm not going to say it ain't no good, because my taste buds are not your taste buds. Now, what I will do is I may criticize the service. Not saying that the place you sent me had bad service. I'm just saying that.
Did you go over there, though? Do I sent you to?
Yeah, I did. But it wasn't bad service or none of that. I was just giving you my, you know, how I handle things like that. I don't tell people, oh, the meatloaf ain't no good. I don't do that. I might say the meatloaf was not like I like it. You see what I'm saying? I may say that. And the reason why,
but you gotta be you gotta be real with people.
I am. You
just can't put you can't sugarcoat. You gotta be gangster about it. Hey, man, let me tell you, D. Hey, that meatloaf was horrible.
Okay, but in my taste buds, but you may like that meatloaf.
No, I ain't. Now, if I don't like it, I'm gonna tell you.
Okay,
and I don't even eat meatloaf like that.
You're missing what I'm saying. You and I are two different individuals, right?
What
you like, the potato salad or the macaroni and cheese may be good for you. It may taste good to you, but it may not be good for me. So for me to sit back and tell you how nasty it is, I don't think that's fair. That's not right to the business owner. I will tell you something about, well, the service wasn't all that good. It may have taken them long to service, or it was.
Oh, you go get the service too. You getting that? That's all in the application, in the resume. You getting all that?
That's all you're gonna get from me. You're not gonna get how they food tastes. I might say it didn't taste like, it wasn't for me. Like the meatloaf, what I really like or whatever, I really like that type of stuff, but I didn't like theirs for me. I wouldn't go out and say how nasty it is. I'll just go out and say, hey, they didn't like. Tanika's cakes taste good. They taste good to you. They may not taste good to someone else, but I don't expect that person to come back and trash Tanika. This just
they ain't brush their teeth or something like that. Everything tastes good, because there's some good cake.
Okay.
They ain't brush their teeth, or they just smoking that nasty weed or drink, or drinking that 211 or something.
Right. So how
one of the two, but they cake. I used to say, hey, from 1 to 10, I give it a 9.
Okay, so how fair would it be if someone who didn't brush their teeth or just drank something, taste their cake and said it was trash?
They delulu.
Okay, so that makes my point. All right, so instead of
Okay.
criticizing the individual, the business, just say, hey, you know, it wasn't for me. It's not for my taste buds. And that's
I
just how,
understand what you come from. I know
here-
people on there like twin this,
here-
twin that. I understand,
no,
right?
twin.
Come on, I'm just talking.
But twin,
But I understand.
twin, hold on, don't take it like personal. The reason why I said
No. I know why. Come on, man. I know.
the reason why I said that is because of how that guy came into Cincinnati and trashed our
Yeah,
restaurant.
no, I don't know what he was chasing clout, man. That's all he was for trash somebody. That's all he was clout chase.
Well,
Big like a motherfucker, bombing. That's all he was doing.
Maybe
I understand what he was doing. He was bombing, man. Clout chasing.
Maybe so, but I believe that small businesses like Tanika and these small restaurants, they can't afford for people to trash them. They can afford for people to say, "Oh well, that just wasn't for me." Okay, that like the meatloaf wasn't what I'm accustomed to. But you know, that's it. Leave it at if you even say that, leave it at that. But to just go extra and be like, "Oh, this shit was trash. It was garbage. It was this." That's just not necessary. Small businesses can't sustain that. We can't go through stuff like that. Just be, just say, hey, it wasn't for me. And that's it. Now the service is a different situation. If somebody go in and they're, excuse me, and they go in and it took them 45 minutes to get their food or whatever, and then it was dirty in there, you can express that. You can express that. That's just my personal opinions. But man, it is very difficult as a small business to make it. And you just don't. You're not going to be everything for everybody in these businesses. And, I just think that we got to be easy, not easy, but we have to be a little bit more, we got to be a little bit more, have a little bit more diplomacy when we're dealing with our small businesses.
Well, next time I'm going to do them. Well, since you give me a good advice on something, next time if I go to a restaurant, I'm going to, email not even put it on a review, I'm going to email or send them a chat and then DM like, hey, this is what you can do better. I mean, just like you said, the food was food was, horrible. You need to put a little seasoning in, or so that's my opinion, whatever. Okay. To each his own. Right. So I do it like that, then instead of, blasting them and everything else.
Yeah, I mean, that's cool. That's fair.
You're right. I listen to advice or whatever sometimes.
Well, I appreciate it.
It depends on where it's coming from. Whenever you get to the studio at 1 o'clock on time, which is not going to happen in 2025, I don't think.
Okay, now. All right, brother. Well, I appreciate you calling in and engaging with us today, twin. But
anyway, I got to mess with you. Well, it's all fun, man. It's all fun. All right. Well, I hope you coming on tomorrow.
My intents are I plan on it.
Well, tomorrow, Wednesday. Well, you said Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Did it start yet?
Well, I haven't really made that. I haven't really. I'm still thinking about if that's what I want to do.
So I shouldn't speak on this because it ain't started. So you're still on schedule 1 o'clock, like you say.
Yeah.
But I look on it, be 1:35, 1:28. But it's 1 o'clock for sure. I see.
Yeah, we're working on it. I'm working on it.
Hey, what? I'll holler and be blessed, man.
All right, you too, brother. Thanks for engaging with us. Appreciate it. That was Twin. I really honestly believe Twin looked for a reason to be angry. Bro, we got to work on that for 2025, Twin. Let's call the glass half full instead of half empty. Let's work on it. But I just think that sometimes Twin, just it's not necessary. I think sometimes he just do that just to ruffle some feathers, and it kind of takes up some time that we could really be having a real creative and productive conversation. I really like to have conversation with Twin because he will speak his piece, and then eventually he'll calm down and, well, yeah, okay, I understand, and that's all, But we could go 10 minutes of just trying to figure some shit out, and it's not really necessary. It's not. I mean, I like the fact that if people, somebody like Twin who's from Chicago, who may know people in Chicago, and you have a small business like cakes, cookies, and desserts, that maybe he knows someone there that has some type of ties in the food industry that you could now piggyback off of. because it's all about relationships in business. It's all about relationships. Most of the businesses in the city of Cincinnati, most of the small businesses are all about relationships. And like I said to Tanika, repeat business is more important than anything, because I believe that the residuals from the repeat businesses, that's what's going to keep you in business. Those are the referrals. Repeat business are people obviously that love what you do and they like your product. So now they're going to share you to the world. You know what I'm saying? They're going to share you and your product to the world. New customers are cool, but I honestly believe that you make the most money off the people that really, really love what you do. And you'll get less criticism. Treat them all like repeat business. First time customers, treat them like their repeat business. Their repeat business. That's all I can say to you. I really want to see Tanika shine. She's been at it for 3 months. She's probably been cooking her whole life, like she said. But I really want to see her prosper. There's nothing better than seeing a business owner who does what their business is with a passion. All right. The passion is more important than the money. I would really like to deep dive and see how things go. Because look, that I don't want to talk negative because I know she's here, probably still watching. But that is a very competitive business in the first place. Okay. And then the shipping. It's a complicated business. And it can cut into your profit margins. Tanika, get comfortable with Orlando. Build from Orlando. Keep your Cincinnati base. Try to reach out into the other Midwest cities. Try that southern state of Florida. There's enough business in Florida to keep you survived in the cake business. But yeah, if I can do anything to help you, I certainly would. Get that information to me. DM me the information. I don't know how you receive your funds, but I can Cash App you whatever it is that I need for my lemon cake. I'll Cash App you that money today. If you send me what I need a lemon pound cake. I hope it has the little icing on it. If it doesn't, that's fine. But I'm used to having the little lemon icing on it or whatever. But I'd like to order one of those today from you. And yeah. Send me the total with shipping and I'll send that out to you today. And hopefully I'll have it within a few, I don't want to say days. I don't know what your shipping arrangements are, but I love to try it right here on the air. And yeah, I love to try it right here on the air. Hey, look, that's my time. I appreciate everyone being here. I want to thank everybody for being here. I'm getting back in the groove of things. I've been gone for 2 weeks. And it's a little tough trying to get back in the swing of things. So hopefully you enjoyed today's conversation. I'll see you guys tomorrow, same place, same time, 1 p.m. Thanks for being here. Thank you for letting me be who I am. I appreciate you. See you guys tomorrow at 1 o'clock.
Hey, Snoop, you ready? Hey, Doc, I'm being ready.
Thank you for letting me be myself again.
Please excuse me while I kiss the sky.
Thank you for letting me be myself again.
Please excuse me while I kiss the sky. Things just ain't the same for gangsters. Times are changing. Young niggas is dangerous. Rich and shameless. Do anything to be famous. If you're talking about this crippin', then you speaking my language. That's how you feel waking up with the world up under you. I'm rolling blunts, fucked up, it's so comfortable. I'm revving up my revenue. I'm unavailable somewhere in Malibu. Somehow I made it off the avenue. Once upon a time, the dog went through it all with draws and breaking laws. The streets under my paws. In the field, ducking sales, close calls. We big whales got fish scales that snowfall. Shit, I like to thank me. And if we talking about the West, nigga, thank me. Walk of Fame made a name, better thank me. Ain't nothing new, this is what I'm born to do. I just wanna say
thank you for letting me be myself again.
Please excuse me while I kiss the sky.
Thank you for letting me be myself again.
Please excuse me while I kiss the sky. Now you gon' fuck around and find out. I think you niggas need to take a time out. Might have to leave a dose of me on the upholstery. High level potency, better than dopamine. Yeah, you fucking with a winner. Shit, it's been a minute since we went up. Now with 6 billion ways to get it, choose one. Snoop Dogg, look how I did it, hell of a run. Income, tick tick bomb, remain calm, dropping napalm. I'm in here with both guns. How I made mine, click click boom, it's showtime. Nigga, these days I'm throwing money like gang signs. Look, now I ain't felt this gangster in a minute. All on your television, cleaning up my image. When shit get heavy, you know a nigga push the limits. Locking up on every corner, I'm just here at Mona.
Thank you for letting me be myself.
Get high, please excuse me while I kiss the sky.
Thank you for letting me be myself.
Get high, please excuse me while I kiss the sky.